gentlemen, you all know my first guest as Joey from the hit show Friends, but you can see him as Major Don West in the new film version of Lost in Space. Let's take a look.
She can't break free. She doesn't have enough thrust. There's got to be a way to get through this. That's it. It's working. What is?
If we can't go around the sun, then we go straight through it using your hyperdrive.
Engage the hyperdrive without a gate. You could be thrown anywhere in the galaxy.
Anywhere but here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Matt LeBlanc. Thanks for coming back. Nice to see you again.
Good to be back.
I gotta say, that's Titanic has been, what, the #1 movie for like 14, 15 weeks or something?
Like 16 weeks.
16 weeks.
Like
Everyone's thinking who's going to knock this movie off, and you guys did it.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would just brag about that endlessly. I'd have a T-shirt made that says, "I beat Titanic." And go to every bar in town and like, "Hey, ladies, deal with it," you know?
I do.
You have that shirt. Can I borrow it? Let's talk about this movie for a second. We had Mimi Rogers on the show the other day, and she was talking about the film, and she started talking about these costumes you guys get to wear.
Right, yeah.
The women, I noticed in this movie, the costumes have, like, built-in breasts. You know, it's like the latest thing, I guess. And these, you know, I think the Batman movie started these sort of futuristic, you can see the muscles. And you guys have that same sort of deal. You don't have the breasts, which I guess you didn't want.
Well, I wanted. They wouldn't
You
go
wanted
for
them,
it.
just access, okay. You guys had these sort of muscle suits. Is that right? Where you can see like every, you know, it makes you look incredibly muscular when you wear them.
No, that's the real deal, man. Yeah. They were fun to put on in the morning.
Yeah.
The guys had it easier, though, because they gave us a flap in the front. So if you had to, you know, make a pit stop, it wasn't that big a deal. The girls, it was a much... Because the up the back is like glued. The seam is glued together.
I don't even want to know about this. Can you draw us a picture? There's but I was curious about the technical lingo too in this movie. I mean, there's just a lot of it. You guys are rattling off.
Yep.
Must go into hyperdrive, Mach 9.
Yeah,
Let's take it through interspace. You know, it's a lot better than what I just did.
That's actually pretty good.
Pretty good? All right. I could have been Corky in the movie.
Yeah.
What? Did you get any advice? Did you get any advice at all on how to do this technical lingo from anybody?
Well, not prior to shooting. I remember back when Friends started, ER and Friends were launched at the same time, and I was talking to George Clooney at a junket, and I said, "Wow, you guys have all this medical jargon. How do you get through all that?" He said, "Well, a lot of it you just kind of throw away. Don't hit it too hard." Because I guess if that's your profession and that's your vocabulary, you don't really accentuate it that much. So I just kind of tried to throw a lot of it away.
I think a lot of real doctors just do that. You know, they just say, yeah, you'll need 7 cc's of hydrocortisone stat. You know, and
yeah, they give you
it means get the tongue depressor. You know, they're just trying to get through it any way they can. Can you hang on one sec? Because we want to do a commercial. We have a lot to talk about.
Sure.
You can hang on. Okay, folks, we're going to have a little more with Matt LeBlanc after this word from Taco Bell. The Gorditas revolution has begun at Taco Bell. I know I want to play a part. And so does the gaseous wiener. Right, gaseous? Matt LeBlanc, and you were telling me during the break that it was a real circus when you guys went over to, you know, to London to shoot the Friends episode.
Yeah, it was because we did some location shooting on the street, and it was funny. Matt Perry and I were out shooting this sightseeing montage, and there was, you know, paparazzi following us everywhere, maybe 20 people with cameras and everything, and at one point, about 30 more showed up, and it was like this surge of paparazzi, and we were thinking, wow, the show is so popular here. And we turned, and Fergie was getting out of her car to do a guest spot on it. So that's what it was. She did a little part on the show.
For a second there, you were really happy about life. I was curious if it's because the whole Friends cast has gotten so much attention, and you guys have this kind of level of fame that's hard to get in television. I was curious if it ever just gets to be too much. Was there ever one point where something happened, you thought, you know, this is just going too far, this level of sort of paparazzi, this guy stalking you guys?
Oh, yeah, there was, this is kind of funny. I wish I could remember it. There was, I was watching TV, it was like hard copy or something was on, and it had the houses that the Friends bought, right? So I said, okay, I'll
They just show photos of them or something?
photos of all the houses, like video from across the street or whatever. So they had a helicopter hover over my house and shoot video down at my house. So I'm watching, mine I think was up last, so I'm watching and I look at it and I go, oh wow, look at, I need a new roof. So I got the ladder out, went up there, and there's holes all over the place. I had to get a new roof. That actually worked out pretty good for me.
That'd be great. And so like, next time you buy a house, don't get a house inspection, you know? Just tell hard copy what you're thinking of buying. And
Give me a...
they go by and shoot it, and you're like, nah, the pool shot, you know? It needs a new chimney.
Look at that tree, it's hanging. Yeah.
Forget it. Did you ever think to yourself, like was there ever one thing that you've gotten since you were famous that you thought, this is really cool, not many people get to do this, like special access to an area? Or I heard you guys went on, or just actually I think you did it, just the Thunderbirds. Is that what you got to do?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the United States Air Force has this elite group, the Thunderbirds. The Navy has the Blue Angels, and the Air Force has the Thunderbirds. And Entertainment Tonight put this thing together, and they asked me to go for a ride. So I went up in an F-16 for an hour with this guy.
Oh, so someone else is driving.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know what this does.
It's a two-seater. An F-16 is a single-seat plane, but this was a two-seat demo that they had. But he let me fly it. I flew a couple barrel rolls. I flew a loop. And the funniest thing about the whole thing was the pilot's name. Ready for this? Jim Harder was his name.
That's not his real name.
It is.
That's his porn name. He uses that strictly for his film work. Now, what's that like? Because when I was at The Simpsons, Matt Groening, I think, you know, he went into in the Blue Angels, and they take it up to, I forget how many G's it is, where you start to get slammed up against the side. And he said they actually the pilots try and make you pass out. Like, it's fun for them. It's like a little joke. They really, and they try and do these barrel rolls and stuff where you'll actually, like, the wind will get pushed out of you and you pass out. Did they try and do that to you?
Yeah, it's like they consider it a success if you blow lunch all over the cockpit.
But they're in the cockpit.
Well, it all goes back.
I did it. I made him throw up.
We pulled, I guess, 9 Gs we pulled.
9 Gs.
Yeah,
what does that do to you? What does that feel like?
You get, first thing that happens is you get tunnel vision, where it's like looking through a paper towel tube. So, like, because you don't have enough blood in your eyes. And then after that, everything at the end of the tube goes black and white because your eyes won't register color anymore. And then after that...
I have got to try this. It sounds horrible. What does it feel like? Doesn't the air get pushed out of you?
Yeah, what it does is it wants to put all the air down into your feet and no more, like, all the air, I mean, all the blood flows out of your head.
Right, so it squeezes you like a tube of toothpaste, kind of.
So they show you these exercises to do where all your abdomen muscles and your leg muscles, you just go and tighten everything up. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to be doing in the back seat when I have an accident.
So they have footage of you just for like half an hour going...
Yeah. And the funniest
I want to get a hold of this footage. That'd be great.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is, you know, you hear they give you this, they put a camera in there and have audio, because inside the oxygen mask is a microphone. So you can hear each other breathing. You can hear really well. So you hear me just going... and he's just like... How you doing back there? You all right?
The name's Harder. Jim Harder. Congratulations on the movie Lost in Space. #1 movie, and it's now playing everywhere. And Friends, the 1-hour season finale is Thursday, May 7th at 8 o'clock p.m. Matt, it's always fun to have you here. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.
Leblanc, everybody, we'll Christina Applegate is coming up. We'll see you in a little bit.